Hi, we are here with Jason, and we are going to talk about basically his story and how he is here and his experience living here. So tell me a bit about where you're from and your time living in this area.
Okay, I'm 55 years old, and I moved here when I was 3, so that's like a lot.
Right.
But yeah, no, I've lived in this neighborhood my whole life, that I can remember. And I used to go across the canyon over here behind the lake back when you weren't allowed to. You had to go through barbed wire fences, jump them, or go underneath them. All the kids would do that, and we'd go through there to get to the lake. And at one point, the beautiful canyon, they were going to turn it into a dump. And I remember we all protested that, and they started doing it anyways, and they bulldozed a lot of it. And what you see down there didn't used to look like that. It's all flat and different now. And so that was, a little bit of the evolution here. But then they stopped doing the dump. And to my amazement, I came back, and I went to San Francisco for a few years and then Mexico for a few years. And when I came back, the canyon was open, and you could go in there. And it was a surreal experience, like just going down there in a car with my kids, and there's a baseball diamond down there now. So that's weird, but really beautiful, and way better than a dump. And yeah, no, I don't really know what more to say. The different ethnicities that are in the neighborhood have slightly changed over time, but it's still really nicely mixed up. I went to Horseman when I was younger, and it was a little bit of a rough experience for me. And I don't know how it is now. You'd have to ask kids now, like, what it's like now. I would recommend, like, also talking to like some middle school and high school kids. They will have very different perspectives than me. But yeah, what more?
What is Horseman?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a middle school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, It's over on 54th Street. I grew up on 54th Street. And I still live in this neighborhood. I've lived in this neighborhood a lot of my life. But I come and I go, and I'll probably leave again, come back again. But, yeah.
So what draws you to coming back here?
I guess roots. Like I said, I've been here forever, and I have family in this area, and I know this area, and I kind of love this area. That's why I did this.
So you created this garden. What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, I'm an artist, and I make sculptures that things live inside of, like beehives and stuff. And I've made more and more for different animals. And then I got this idea to do a whole ecosystem. And I was like, by hanging out here, I saw this, and I was like, oh, it'd be great. And first I was thinking a maze of butterfly flower boxes. And then I was like, oh, what if I put a wishing well in the middle? And it just kind of evolved like that. But, it's like something that I would have dug when I was a kid. And I'm just trying to give it back to the community. And they've really embraced it, too. They're putting things all around and raking and watering. And it, so that's cool.
So you'd say it has brought the community together a bit?
A bit, yeah. No, usually when I roll up, there's kids in here watering plants and people making wishes and stuff. So yeah, no, I'm definitely seeing it bring community together, and animals. Like it's not just like humans it's bringing together. So I'm pretty stoked on this project. More animals.
And this lake, how long has it been around? Do you know?
Choyas Lake. Okay, so it's been here my whole life. I don't know when they originally made it, because it's obviously a man-made lake, but it's been here my whole life. It used to be a lot higher. I don't know if you can tell, but it was way higher. And so they drained it a bit, and that was a bummer. But it's still here, and kids still go fishing in it. And it's like kids can fish here for free. Adults aren't supposed to fish here, and it's just a great free place that a lot of people don't know about. I talk to other people in other neighborhoods, and they have no idea that this is here, so it's kind of a hidden gem.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And then living here, what are 2 challenges you have faced living in this community?
2 challenges that I faced living in this community. When I was younger, the racial thing was sometimes a thing, like I got beat up a bit, and so that was a thing. But the older you get, you also learn how to navigate that sort of thing, and I'm not worried about that at all anymore, really. I mean, that could bite me in the butt, I suppose. You meet the wrong person at the wrong time, everybody's different. But so that was a thing. And even though this is a lower economy right here, like it's cheaper rent, it's still going up, and it's still hard to get a house and like pay for rent. So that's another thing that's been a difficult situation, but it's working out.
Do you think being next to a university like San Diego State has influenced that at all? As in terms of the pricing of...
I wouldn't know, honestly. I don't know that. I can't. I would just be making up an answer. I don't know.
Do you think it has affected the culture of students living nearby? Like in terms of when you first lived here as a kid,
Yeah.
versus now, have you noticed San Diego State being...
It feels to me like about this the way that it has always been. There's always been like this, I want to say influx of college kids coming from that direction, which is a little bit outside. It's like on the rim. It's not right in the middle of City Heights here,
Yeah.
And so, but no, definitely there's definitely like a flow of college kids that come through. Yeah.
Any other questions?
That's it.